Hi, it's me, Vicky Marie, and as usual, thank you so much for all your subscribes, likes, views, Ko-fis. Many of you have sent me super chats, super thanks, or super stickers. Thank you for joining my channel. Lots of new members. And I will be seeing you on a Tuesday night on the members live stream. So, just quickly, that was just a quick thank you. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you for your emails. Okay, so this is just a quick video, very quick, just a little update on the Rachel Morin case. Remember, Rachel is the 39-year-old mother of 5 children who was found dead on the hiking trail in Maryland. And then we sat up, if many of you sat up with me for the press conference the other night, to be told that there was a suspect now in the case, and this guy had been linked to a burglary or a what do they call it? Call it something else in America, don't they? Anyway, we'll look at that in a minute. Miles and miles away, over near New York, in LA. So, this was a bolt out of the blue, really, because so it turns out that there had been no official suspect for Rachel's death, but of course there was the usual suspects, the partner. There was a guy who was who lives very near the trail, who was whose stepdaughter found the body, who sort of interjected himself into the inquiry, and suspicions fell on him. Anyway, turns out, and of course, and she had some ex-partners as well. Turns out it was none of them. It's now been linked by DNA to this guy that unfortunately the police don't know who he is yet. So he obviously must never have been in trouble with the police or in prison, because I think when you go to prison, you have your DNA taken automatically, or when you're arrested. So it seems like this guy probably has got no previous convictions, which anyway, so there's a little bit of an update. It's not much of an update to give you, but I came across this because every day I'm looking for news, because we're all hoping that this guy gets caught sooner rather than later. And I came across an article I'm going to share with you in the Los Angeles Times. So they're now calling this guy the South LA Prowler. So he's got himself a nickname now. South LA Prowler, tied by DNA to the slaying of the mother of 5 in Maryland. And here's a very lovely picture of Rachel. She looks so young on that picture. Bless her. Rest in peace, Rachel. Anyway, DNA from a South Los Angeles burglary has been tied by investigators to a woman who was killed on a Maryland hiking trail. And we had a look the other day. These two places are miles away from each other, right across country. Anyway, this increases the chances of solving that slaying, law enforcement officials said. Now, when we heard about this, first of all, we were wondering if this, because at first the police wouldn't release any details. They just said it was an assault. But now according to this article, we've got a few more details of that assault. So, investigators in Maryland on Thursday released a video of the shirtless, unidentified prowler leaving a South LA home after a break-in last March. And they said they believe he is the killer of the woman, Rachel Morin, based on a match made through a DNA database. Morin, a 37-year-old mother of 5, disappeared on August the 5th after apparently leaving for a run on the Maryland and Pennsylvania Heritage Trail. Searchers found her remains the next day. Her death was ruled a homicide. The Harford County Sheriff's Department does not know the suspected killer's name, but they believe him to be 5'9", 160 pounds, between 20 and 30 years old, based on images captured in the South LA home security footage. And this, let's have a little look at the video. I'm sure you've seen it already. They just seem to be talking to someone there as he comes out. He's got a very distinctive haircut. I expect he's got a different haircut now. He's probably shaved it all off after he's seen this video. Hispanic. Now, after we watch this, let's watch it one more time. He's definitely talking to someone. And yeah, they do close the door pretty quick behind him. So after we watch this, I think, mainly because he had his shirt off as well, we just presumed it was a sexual attack, but I don't think it is. So based on the DNA evidence, we consider the individual in that video we obtained from the Los Angeles Police Department to be the person that murdered Rachel Morin, said Colonel William Davis at the Hartford County Sheriff's Office. But we believe this was a person that Rachel did not know, potentially a random act of violence. And LAPD Captain Kelly Muniz said the video comes from a March the 26th hot prowler burglary in South LA, which means he burglarized an occupied home. Muniz said a person was assaulted in that incident, but it was not a sexual assault. Hartford County, I said Hartford, I don't know, I thought it was Hartford, and then I thought it must be me that was wrong. Hartford County Sheriff's officials said the assault victim was a minor. LAPD collected DNA during the burglary investigation. The video from an exterior camera shows the suspect closing the home's front door and walking down the steps away from the house. Davis said investigators released the home security footage, hoping that someone in LA or Maryland would recognize the suspect. Morin vanished on the evening of August the 5th from the scenic trail that cuts through Bel Air. According to the Sheriff's Department, her boyfriend Richard Tobin called the police that evening to report her missing. And this is the trail. The Sheriff's Department launched a search and a volunteer found Morin's body around 1 p.m. the next day. The Sheriff's Office has not described the nature of her injuries. A relative of the person who found her described her as suffering from blunt force trauma. Coroner's officials declared Morin's death a homicide. Tobin, 27, shared the images of the suspected killer Thursday evening on his Facebook page. I hope they found this scum of the earth, he wrote. Justice for Rachel. R.I.P. Love you, Rich. Adding heart and prayer emojis. And Morin, a cleaning service owner, had 5 children, ages 8 to 18. Very sad. So let's have one more look at. So if you're in America, do you recognize this man? Let's have a look at him again. That's really quite a good picture. That picture there at the side, you can virtually see his face, his hair, his body outline. He's quite distinctive. So hopefully somebody will watch this and recognize this guy, though I don't know if anybody has so far. Why has he got his shirt off? Anyway, so I just thought I'd let you know. So that's a little bit of an update. So it turns out that the person that he assaulted in LA is a minor, and it says it was not a sexual assault. So that's it. That's all the update we've got. I will let you know, obviously, because we've got vested interest in this case and that we've been following it. And we all want to see this guy caught as soon as possible, as does everyone. Okay, so remember to always live in love. Very carefully, very wisely. Until I see you again, may your God go with you. Bye.